Hello there. So TNA decides to have a show episode of Impact after Genesis, the first one since Genesis. I thought it was a good show, believe it or not. I thought it was a good show. Better than last week's. Then again, that's not saying much. So yeah, TNA Impact review. So yeah, TNA has their episode of Impact. So what happens is, this is the first episode since Mr. Anderson wins the TNA Welterweight Championship. So, excuse me, Mr. Anderson comes out there. Now, real quick, here's a quick pro and con of Mr. Anderson being TNA Welterweight Champion. I'm proud for the guy. I'm glad he's a TNA Welterweight Champion. I think he deserves it. So congrats to Mr. Anderson. Here's the only con I have against it, and it's easy to fix. Get rid of that belt. Change to the old belt. I mean, really. The purple and silverish belt looks like a Divas champion. I don't know how people collect that belt. I really don't. But for some reason, it reminds me when The Rock won the Smoking Skull belt. You guys remember the Smoking Skull Stone Cold Steve Austin WWF Championship belt? Yeah, it just looks odd. So yeah, even though that belt's better than the Jeff Hardy belt with the flying colors. But anyway, so Mr. Anderson comes out, cuts a promo, says that WWE used him as a puppet, yada yada yada. And that he's glad he's the TNA Welterweight Champion. Matt Morgan comes out there saying 2011 is going to be the year of Matt Morgan. And then we have a brawl. And then we have like this little fight thing with the Hardys, RVD, and then Abyss, and then Amazing Red comes out of nowhere. Mr. Anderson and Matt Morgan went to the back, and then Amazing Red says, "They are coming. They are coming." I'm probably guessing it's the Main Event Mafia, since the rumors are just going mad crazy with Scott Steiner and Sting. I heard Booker and Kevin Nash might not come in there, but I keep hearing AJ Styles might turn face and Samoa Joe might join in to stop Immortal, to kill them, and that they're going to be a face stable now, and Kurt Angle's going to be the leader, and yeah, that should be interesting. So anyway, we have that, and then we had the rematch of Genesis. We had Beer Money versus Motion Machine Guns for the Tag Team Championship. It was an okay match. Beer Money does pick up the victory and retain the tag titles. Not really surprised, really. But more and more TNA is showing that they might split up the Machine Guns. If they split up Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, that might be one of the most stupidest decisions, in my opinion, TNA could do right now. Why? Because the Machine Guns, first of all, are one of my favorite tag teams. Second, they're only one of the real tag teams you got in your company. Yes, you got Beer Money. Yes, you got Generation Me. But what else do you have besides that? No, really. Oh, what is your other suggestion? Eric Young and Orlando Jordan? TNA, don't split them up. Please don't. Alright? So yeah, the Machine Guns, they're a great tag team. Split them up. That's going to be a problem. Don't do it, please. So yeah, then we had a little moment of the Pope and Samoa Joe again for the second week. More trash talk. Joe says he's gonna go and kill the Pope, and the Pope said that he had footage of his wife. That Samoa Joe and his wife are like having a sex tape, and it was like two pigs right next to each other. It was just weird. I don't get this feud at all. Just one of those random feuds TNA decides to use. So yeah, then we had this whole Knockouts Tag Team Championship. We have Madison Rayne and Tara versus Winter and Angelina Love. And let me tell you something. Winter is freaking weird as hell. I get it. They're doing this whole Mickie James and Trish storyline from 5 years ago in the WWE. I said 5 years ago? 16 years ago. But anyway, I get the point of doing this, but yeah. Why does TNA still have the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship when they only have like 6 knockouts? 6 or 7? Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Winter and Angelina retain after Winter hits. Who is she? She hits some like submission move on Tara, and Tara passed out. So yeah, then we had this whole Jeff Jarrett finally ending this MMA crap. Thank God. Thank you, TNA. Ending this whole freaking Jeff Jarrett MMA crap. So he goes in the ring and says that, oh, it's going to be a party and it's going to be a celebration, yada yada. And of course he has Gunnar Murphy and his other gang. And Kurt Angle comes down on the ring. He starts beating up on the guys. Out comes out Karen Jarrett. Not Karen Angle. Karen Jarrett. Why? Kind of self-explanatory. Jeff is married to Karen Angle, aka Karen Jarrett, Kurt Angle's ex-wife. And Karen comes out there screaming like Madison Rain on the mic, saying, next week, she's literally out there for like 15 seconds, comes out there and says, next week on Impact, in the middle of the ring, she's going to go and explain her side of the story, everything. And that Kurt ruined her personal and her professional life the last 2 years. Days of Our Lives comes next week on Spike at 9 o'clock Eastern. Great. No, seriously though, this should be interesting what Karen has to say. I do look forward to see what they do this, but I just hope they're not making this whole Matt Hardy, I said this before, Matt Hardy, Edge, Lita thing. Just don't do this, please. That was weird. But anyway, the show goes on. We had Abyss versus Matt Morgan in a non-title match. Matt Morgan is about to win, and Ric Flair comes out and distracts the referee. Earl Hebner falls on the ground, and yeah, you probably guess what happened there. And last but not least, we had the main event, the Hardys. First time in TNA history, we had the Hardy Boys team up. Matt and Jeff versus Mr. Anderson or Rob Van Dam. This was an okay match. It was okay. The only problem I have maybe in this match is maybe Matt may have gone a little slow in this match. I was standing like, Matt, come on, keep up the pace. Matt kept on saying to us on YouTube, Matt, nonstop, I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. I eat crepes. I'm in good shape. I'm sorry, Matt, but it just doesn't seem like you're showing that lately. Or the last since freaking Genesis. And Jeff, he's only limited for his moves for being a heel. And yeah, so this match was okay. The Hardys win, find distraction, twist of hate, and then after the match is over, what do we get? The biggest beatdown from Immortal to Jeff Hardy and excuse me, not Jeff Hardy, RVD and Mr. Anderson. Everybody in Immortal is literally beating up on these guys, and Eric Bischoff stands in the middle of the ramp, just goes, and that's your show. So yeah, I thought honestly this Impact was okay, better than last week. Wish it had a little bit more wrestling. It seemed like there was a lot more entertainment type of style, but again, I thought it was an okay show, so I'm not gonna bash on it too much. Or if any, if I bashed it at all, sorry. But yeah, that was my review for this past week's episode of Impact. Yeah. Crazy week it's been in wrestling, to say the least. Oh, by the way, for all you haven't heard by now, excuse me. Sorry. John Cena, is it true that John Cena got fined for just saying ass on freaking Raw? If it is, wow.